Hey Viviana in Greensboro, North Carolina. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses, your free prescription lenses for your new Versace. Let me open up your white leather Versace case. And of course you got your Versace cleaning cloth, but the star of the show, the main attraction, is the Versace 3178B, and the B stands for bling, in color GB1. Look at that beautiful, beautiful sheen on there. Both sides of the temple, they have the Greca, excuse me, as Versace calls it, emblem. And of course, this is the Versace 3178B, color GB1 in the 53 eye size. And of course, all Versace's are made in Italy. And of course, there is your verification number where you can register this product with Versace. It comes with your card of authenticity. But let's go ahead and begin. I'm going to take out your original demo lenses, one of which says Versace. I'm going to pop these out. Put your frame into the tracing element of my edger. Find my stylus, and then I'm going to hit start. Little stylus is going to pop up, and it's going to go around and trace the shape of the right lens before moving over and tracing the shape of the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Versace frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses like you were doing. But also I offer these with free non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. Viviana, excuse me, in Greensboro, you know you need prescription, and that's why you are getting these. So in just a moment, the shape of your lens will pop up onto the computer screen. There it is, only magnified. That is the real life size, the actual size of the lenses I'll be cutting, but it'll be magnified while I work on it. Of course, your pupillary distance is 30 for each eye. The computer starts at 32.5, so I'm going to hit this minus button until the 30 pops up there. There we go. So let's go ahead and get your lenses prepped. That are these. Dems D's. Let's see, turn this axis wheel to 180. Put the power drum on minus 50. And let's see, your prescription reads minus 50, minus 2 at 180. Minus 50, minus 2 at 180. Take your lens out of the protective sleeve. Put the power drum on minus 50. Find the spherical center of the lens. Put that on there. Check your astigmatism correction. Everything looks good. And let's go ahead and put 3 red dots on your lenses. They might be too light for you to see, so I'm going to darken them. 1, 2, and 3, and this is the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the left lens. Minus 75, minus 2 at 11. Minus 75, minus 2 at 11. Take the lens out of the protective sleeve. Put the lens in, find the optical center, rotate the lens until, actually hang on, we need to put it on minus 75. Didn't we do that? Yeah, okay. Find the spherical component of the lens, check your astigmatism correction. That looks good. Locate the optical center, and again put 3 dots on your lens. Let me darken those for you so you can see them. 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to put an L on here for not right. Now if you miss any of that, let me recap. Oh, I know that's my bad joke, but you're going to be telling it tomorrow. Okay, let's see here. Let's get everything lined up here. Put your right lens onto the platform. Now, this is a block, or as I like to call them, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. So I need to use a double-sided adhesive sticker, of which I've got a couple hanging above my head here. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick that onto the first block, lay that onto the platform. Let's do the same thing now for the second block. Now on the back is a little silver button. That is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. Let me pull the paper away to make the black side sticky again. But I'm going to take this magnet and place it into the arm. Now, the reason why I put those 3 dots on your lenses is that your lens has to be oriented in there just perfectly. If it rotates, you're just not going to see as well. So that's why there's 3 dots lined up. That black dot is your optical center. And those 2 dots tells me that it's lined up perfectly. and then it's not askew at all. So I'm going to hit that button, and now the block is going to be applied to your right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the left lens. Take that, place it on the platform. Let's go ahead and peel the paper away to make the black side sticky. Put the magnet in there, holds it in place, get everything lined up. Your pupillary distance for your left eye is now mirrored from the right. We're at 30, because you were the same on both eyes, 30 and 30. Get the optical center lined up perfectly. Those other two dots tells me that it's straight and it hasn't gotten askew. Off axis is the proper term. Hit that button, and now the block is applied to your left lens. So now we can begin cutting your lenses. Now this is the edger. This costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy one and have one of your own. Put it on your kitchen counter, and then you can cut your own lenses at home. Let's see now. Here's my flashlight. So the actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center with that channel, that little valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So let's go ahead and take your right lens and place it into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. But I'm going to pull up the shape onto the computer. That is the shape of your lens. And these are, let me use the stylus, these are polycarbonate lenses. I do not want to polish the edge of the lens. I do not want to put a bevel onto the front surface, the convex surface of the lens. I only want to put a smoothed out safety bevel onto the rear surface, the concave side of the lens. And that concludes your vocabulary lesson of the day. Now I'm going to hit this green arrow, which is start in every language. The door comes down, the clamp is going to shut, and then the lens is going to be traced by two white styluses, making sure that the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. It's going to go all the way around and measure. In fact, it's going to measure twice. You can see now it's done the shape, but it's measuring twice, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the best cosmetic fit into this frame. Now the wheel is moved into place. If you notice there is water running in the background, that's just to collect optical sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel. And in just a moment your lens will touch down onto the cutting wheel. Now your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Where's my little stylus? Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. Your lenses are bulletproof up to .22 caliber, and they have both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes have 8 times more sensitive to UV exposure than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that you need to reapply every couple hours when you're in intense direct exposure to the sun. This is permanent, will never need to be reapplied. The other nice feature about your lenses is they're also aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical. A spherical lens is round in every direction and gives you an ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance in your frame. So not only your lens is thinner and lighter than regular plastic, but the front curvature is much flatter to fit in today's flatter curvature frame. So that too is going to give you a better cosmetic fit. So when you buy glasses online from other people, they charge you for the prescription. That's no bueno. You buy the frame, you're always going to get free prescription lenses from me. If you want to upgrade to the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable lenses, they charge you an upgrade fee for that from the plastic. You get that for free from me. Plus, you're always going to get the aspheric lenses, which are much flatter, thinner and flatter. So this is someone else's top tier premium lens that you get from me simply for buying the frame. That's how I make premium the new standard. So water has just kicked in. That tells me it's in the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle. Water's there just to wash away any optical debris. So a little lever is come into place. At the end of that lever is a little cutting wheel, something you would find at the end of a Dremel tool. That's what's applying the safety bevel to the outside of the lens, just to smooth off the rear surface. Come on now, I'm trying to get a cleaning cloth out for you. Come here, cleaning cloth, come here. Let me get one of these out for you. There we go. Now in just a moment that door is going to open, and I'm going to take your lens out. We're going to dry it off. Make sure it is not slippery as I continue to work on it. I also want to use my thumbnail to clean away any optical debris from the edge of your lens. Now I'm going to take your lens, I'm going to tuck it into the outside corner, push down with my thumbs, and it snaps into the frame perfectly. Let's go ahead, and of course I'm going to need that here in a little bit. Let me put this up here for some free publicity. Viviana, this is what you will be receiving, your little free prescriptionlenses.com cleaning cloth. Now let's go ahead and put your left lens into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby. I flip that over to L. Again, L stands for not right, just like me. Hit the green arrow. And again, the door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced by the two white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. You can see as it's going around and tracing. Done. And of course, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness. But of course, with your prescription in this frame, you have no edge thickness whatsoever. That's what you get when you always get lenses from me. So let's go ahead and take this block off. It is no longer needed. Pull that sticker off. Let's go ahead and darken that red dot just so you can see that a little bit better. That is the optical center, your pupillary distance, that I'll be measuring in just a moment. But I'm going to come down here. I'm going to spin the axis wheel back to 0, which is 180. Put the power drum on -50. And I'm going to put your lens in just above that red dot into my dusty Marco 101 lensometer. This would be a good time for you to see how dusty it is, but I'm going to check the power, and I'm getting -50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. Now, the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0 and goes up from quarter increments, 0.25, so we have 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4, 150, 175, 2, and so on. So you need 2 steps of far-sighted correction. Viviana, you are nearsighted. Without your glasses on, everything is much larger than it really appears. That's why your lenses will minify. That's why there's a minus sign. So you need 2 steps of minification, which is the opposite of magnification. If we did need to magnify, you would have a plus sign, but we need to minify with a minus sign. Now most of your prescription is astigmatic. You need another additional 8 steps, another full 2 diopters of astigmatism correction. Now there is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has straight hair, someone else has curly hair. That is it. It is not a disease. It is not an affliction. It fluctuates. It comes and goes. It's like saying someone has straight hair, someone else has curly hair. You don't freak out when you hear that, do you? So don't freak out when you hear that you have astigmatism. Only that you have 2 full diopters of it, Viviana. No, so you need 2 steps of correction for farsighted and another 8 steps. So when you combine, remember high school algebra, you add 2 like signs together? Yeah, don't worry, I've forgotten high school algebra too. But let's use today's terms. Someone had borrowed 50 cents from you and then they borrowed another $2. They would owe you $2.50. So let's check your astigmatism correction. And when we're done, we're getting the final value of $2.50, exactly halfway between 2 and 3. Now, since that is the fine-tune knob, astigmatism is, we're going to turn that knob to 180, starting with at 0. If this were a knob, starting at 0 with the red cap and turning it all the way. We have 90 in the middle and 180 being on this side. We're going to turn that knob all the way to 180. Now your left eye needs 1 step stronger far-sighted correction. You need 3 steps of correction there and another 8 steps of astigmatism correction, but we're going to turn that knob to 11. So just right here. Now you would think 180 and 11 are very far apart, but they're not. When you think of a straight line being 0 at the cap and 180 at this end, you're only 11 steps away here, but you're on the 180 line there. So this last number, as you can see, could be anywhere from 0 to 180. The first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. Let's go ahead and take your left lens out. shake it all about. No, let's just dry it off so it's not slippery all about. Use my thumbnail, look at that, wash away any optical debris that could be around the edge of the lens. Find your frame. What did I do with it? Oh yeah, it's down here. Let's take your lens. We're going to pop it in at the outside corner. Using my thumbs, I press down at the nose. It snaps in perfectly. Go ahead and take this block, remove that, pull the sticker off, dry everything again. Now, of course, you still got the red dot, which is your optical center there. We're going to come back down here. We're going to spin the fine-tune knob back to 11. We're going to put it in over that red dot. We're going to check the power, and we are getting -75, one tick mark away from 1. Check your astigmatism correction, and we're going to end up with a total value. What's 75 and 2? That's right, 275. We're going to end up at 275, one tick mark away from 3. So that couldn't be made any better if I'd done it myself. Wait, I did do it. So your pupillary distance is 30 for your right eye, 30 for your left, for a combined value of 60. I'm going to turn the card around so we can see this. I'm going to place my thumb against your right lens. I'm going to put the PD stick there on 0. And when we measure on the left lens, we're getting 60 millimeters, so that is made perfectly. Now, this is also the point in every video as I clean your lens. But I mentioned when you get these in the mail, and of course free shipping anywhere in the United States, but when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. So just stop by your local place and they'll be glad to do it for you. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses properly. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, the bottom of the frame being 3. I set it on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm going to take off my Versace. And in fact, for those of you keeping score at home, they are the Versace 3199 in color 5118, which is the dark blue with Havana, and Havana is just a fancy way of saying tortoise. But I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and set them on the counter, they wobble because I have one ear that is lower than the other. But let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. But they sit level on me. So I'm going to flip these over, press down, there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and then they do. I also want to pre-test your free premium microfiber cleaning cloth that you'll be receiving with your purchase. I field test everyone to make sure that they clean perfectly because I don't want to give you a defective cleaning cloth. Sorry. Little optical humor. Anytime that the clown gets to laugh at the circus, that's always a good day at work. So, of course, you're going to be receiving your Versace cleaning cloth, and I also provide instructions not only how to care for your eyeglasses so they'll last you for years, but for both cleaning cloths and your Italian leather Versace case, so that too will last you for years. I also provide a selfie request to have your picture on the website if you like. So that's that. If anyone else has any questions, like why can't I pronounce words correctly, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or simply click the contact me button on the website. So, Viviana in Greensboro, North Carolina. I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses for your Versace 3178B. B stands for bling, color GB1 in the 53 eye size. And as I mentioned before, all Versaces are made in Italy. But I hope you enjoyed watching, and everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.